the activity one, but before going to the proper one and the discussion, let's take a look first now and a glimpse of the vision and mission of the university. This was already being given on you, the file, and please know, and I remind you to read, understand, and if you have an apple of time, to please memorize. No, even if you are old students, to please understand well, no? To understand better the mission and vision of this university and after your schooling days or school days here in university. So you will impart on how the university mission and vision on you as a student of this university. Again, on the top of it, we have Cavite State University logo, Republic of the Philippines, since you are under the government and being uh, regulated by the Republic of the Philippines. State University, Imus Campus. So, Activity 1, Results Life Works and Writings. I'll be your teacher, Mr. Jervin Dinglasan Quicho, licensed professional teacher from the Department of Social Sciences and Humanities, this University, Imus Campus. So, for our free lecture for today, our topic is Rizal as Talented. And Rizal as talented have the objective that the student should be expected and you should also know will be do after this. So number one, you have to explain the background information of Jose Rizal about his talent and skills. Well, to understand better what are the talents and skills of Rizal, later on the learning content and me will describe and discuss something about it. Define who is Rizal, for who is Rizal, for you and for others, and how is it Rizal become a hero and other things that been done to become a popular as a hero Rizal. Number three objective is ascertain the significance of Rizal achievements to better understand you on what are the other achievements that being done by Rizal and what are the some competitions that been Rizal engaged to during his life. No? Number four is we have to compare the current situations of the youth today and the past. How is it affect our daily lives today and how we see ourselves before and after this result as talented subject. So I'm hoping that you will listen and you have a piece of paper and a pen and a glass of water from some refreshment to take down notes also the other things that we be sharing too that are not be post in the screen. So I'll be starting now the learning content. So number one, we have a physician. So as physician, you already know that it is hard course for you to be able to obtain first. So what are the reason behind ano ba ang meron kay Rizal as physician? So he step first at UST but he did not took first medicine course. He used or took first the philosophy and letters. After a year, he decided to shift a course medicine by the recommendation of a father from a Jesuit friars. No. Next is being a physician is not easy. It is a hard one. So you should first complete the academic in the baccalaureate. If it is a pre-med, then you can enroll in the pre-med school na meron tayo sa School of Medicine. Then after taking the medicine for your course, you have to take the PRC examination or licensure that you are MD, medical doctor. But it doesn't mean you are specialized for such idea of being a physician. So you have to take a course again of specialization, then become for example, like Rizal, he become an ophthalmologist. But Rizal did not took the examination because during the time, wala namang examination. So it could not be a possible one for Rizal to take the exam. So for us right now, you have to take and it's a long journey for you to be able to get the physician course. Next is a poet and dramatist. Well, actually, Rizal as a talented and skilled person, uh, when he was a childhood, he made and make several a type of poem, a dramatist one that being brought and being by some of his people who believe in him, in his idea. So makikita natin yan during the discussion next meeting on the topics we'll discuss the poet and dramatist one. Essays one, no, Rizal and how responding on different perspective of and making an essay of an idea, opinion, insights, no, and other things in his life to make it better, no, yung kanyang mga decisions. And there's no biases that he going to portray, could be a bad or a good for him, but everything should be non-biased decision and writing of something. As a novelist one, novelist is a word that describes to a person who is no a novelist no na gumagawa ng novel. So we already know the two novels, no, the popular one, the Noli and Enfidi, but more so he create no some of his unfinished work no ng mga novels that are one of the uh, bad effects siguro if it is finished no itong mga works na to. Why? Because it is problematic based on the historians and other people who research on the other novels of the unfinished works because some of the doctrines of the Catholicism ay nababangga no or masyadong tinatamaan. So, lahit yung makamisa at saka po yung ating mga works ng sa doktrina Kristiyana that against on the doctrines of the Catholicism. Next is a historian. No? Alam natin, Rizal are good on writing as a talented one because they do and create something about the annotation of Sucesos de Islas Pilipinas ni Morga. So these are one of the great works of Rizal that being done and this one is being done in the several museums that he gathered as a primary materials in taking down notes and portraying how the Philippines now make grown and the life of the Filipinos could be. No, so he checked and yes, he admired this person, Morga, because of great works as non-biased no author. So like what I said in essays, that should be a non-biased and whether it's a good or a bad, it should be written over there and should reflect to better understand the understanding of Filipinos in the Philippines. Next, as an architect, Rizal made a you know what the bahay kubo is and yung kanilang parang kusina, then they convert to make it as school, no, a small school. And this small school, no, are enrolled, no, a few child boy or a boy, then make them not teach and educate them. So in exchange of that, with because of there is no such matricula na tinatawag or the tuition fee, so they be asking din for civic works. No? They are being taught also how to farm, yung magtatanim, and then from time to time, tinuturuan niya itong mga bata no? From the different education aspect of his what he learned from other people and also in his education during his late days no or early days. Next is a painter. Rizal's not good as a painter as one like one Luna, but he become a model for several painting no, of one Luna like the Blood Compact, no, the Death of Cleopatra, no. These are the things no, na pwede nating makita on his works and to be a portrait or a model one. Next is sculptor Rizal. When he was a child, well, going to prophet no word, or I'm going to connect this one. Tong si Rizal kasi, nung kanyang kabataan, no, sinabihan siya ng kanyang mga kapatid doon sa kanyang bakuran banda na naglalaro siya, na ano ba yung pinagagawa mo? Bago sinabi ni Rizal na balang araw tatayuan niyo rin ako ng sarili kong rebulto at balang araw ako din ay inyong titingalain. So di nga naglaon, nagkatotoo at naging isang propeta si Rizal at dahil doon nagkaroon ng isang magandang impact no at ngayon isa siya sa mga bayaning tinitingala ng mga Pilipino. So but uh, more than on the sculptor one, anong meron is paano naging isang magaling na sculptor si Rizal? Siya po ay tinuruan ng kanyang mga pinapasukan ng eskwelahan at ang kanyang mga tiyo. So mula doon natuto siya on how to make and make an sculpture. So they uses them not as a gift for others like dun sa kanyang mga former teachers, no, ng mga fathers, the Jesuits, no, during the stays in Ateneo. So what more as educator, it's already being mentioned that Rizal no become a teacher no of in the Pitan no when he stays in the Pitan. So this is good and he invented many things no for the child during that. So as a linguist, we already noticed na tong linguist is marunong magsalita, umintindi, marunong magbasa at magsulat ng mga iba't ibang mga pamamaraan ng pananalita at ng lengguwahe. So dito makikita natin no, how Rizal to become a linguist. No? So alam natin na marunong siya mag-Espanyol, Filipino, English, marunong siya mag-Hongo, and across Europe, we have Germany. Sa Germany niya, marunong siya magsalita. So, and others. So, we have the musician. Rizal is not good as much no, as a musician, but because of his talent and skills, no, he learned easily, no, how to make no, a music one. So that's why, no, he created one during his days in the Pitan, yung ala deportasyon, and even yung works na during the early distance, no. But at this point, yung pagiging musician niya, natutunan niya saan? Sa, ano din, sa kaibigan niya kay Juan Luna. So, sa kanyang residente ng mga Luna, so doon siya natuto at tumigil ng ilang sandali at panahon at doon niya nakitaan sa sarili niya na marunong din pala siyang tumutol at gumawa ng mga pangmusikang gawain. As a surveyor, well actually Rizal took no this course in Ateneo Municipal since Ateneo Municipal specialized in the vocational courses. At the same time, when he took in surveyor, he is enrolled in Ateneo in University of Santo Tomas, no, taking course of medicine. Then, what much him bring more doon sa mga Jesuit friars? It is because they are treating good, no? They treat good their students as like what Rizal experienced during the stays in Ateneo. While in UST, we did not see any fairness, no, on how Filipino students being treated, no, and in education especially. So, more sa pagiging surveyor niya is being used, no, during his stays in the pit, nung pinatapon siya doon at nagkaroon ng isang problema, gusto niya magkaroon ng patubigan dahil may diarrhea at malaria. So, pati pa ilaw, ginawa niya na rin. So, ito yung mga bagay na nag-isa sa mga contribution niya during the stays in the Philippines. And as a surveyor one. So, instead na pasabugin niya at gamit ang dinamita, gumawa siya ng mga ibang pamamaraan upang hindi masira ang kalikasan at nang matugunan ang pangangailangan ng mga tao sa dapitan. So, next is naturalist. We already know that Rizal is a good no, a person, a Filipino, and how to be an example to us, no. And he created many things like in the medicine, such no na meron pa. And even in the others, no field, like even in the bodybuilding one, in the things in how he treated his family, how he loves no him and other people around him. So in ethnologist, what he do is, as an ethnologist, actually it started when he sent into Universidad Central de Madrid. So since his first step in going to Spain, no, nag-deck muna sa Singapore yung kanilang sasakyan, yung barko. So from that, pinag-aralan niya yung mga lengguwahe, custom, at iba't ibang buhay, pamamaraan ng mga tao sa bawat bansang pinapuntahan niya. And across the world, yun yung mga nakita niya at gusto niyang i-impart dito sa Pilipinas at matutunan. At sa mga significant na nakita niya ay yung mga Espanyol. Bakit ganoon? Hindi masyadong iginagalang sa Espanya ang mga Espanyol, hindi katulad sa Pilipinas, na makikita natin todo ang saludo, pagkilala at paggalang sa mga pari. Pero sa Espanya, may liberalismo at freedom na pwede mong gawin kung ano gusto mo at sabihin ang mga pananaw mo sa iyong mga nakikita. So ito yung mga isa sa mga nagis na ni Rizal natutunan bilang isa. An economist one, well, actually Rizal made his life become an economist because he made or used a barter, no? In exchange of that, he get money, and this money make him used for to funded a cooperativa for his people in the Pitan to help them to building a business enterprise sa kanilang lugar. Next one is a farmer, not literally a farmer na nagpapalay, but a farmer of yung ano po siya ng isda. So, nagpaturo sila doon sa mga tao ng dapitan, dinala ang mga tauhan ng tagalipa, mula doon, tinuruan, at nagkaroon ng isang magandang pangisdaan sila. At bukod doon, nagkaroon din ng mga sakahan ng abaka, tubuhan, at iba't iba pa. Kaya nga doon sa pagiging inventor niya, yung sa Word, nagkaroon siya ng ladrilya, nakagawa sila ng isang makina na nagpapadami ng gawain ng production upang mas dumami ang kanilang maging output in a daily basis one. So in a week, nagkakaroon sila ng mas malaking kita like what he observed in the US no country. So yun sa inventor na meron siya. But to add on to inventor, yung sulpukan na gagawa na lighter, isa sa mga magandang nagawa niya yun. Tsaka yung pailaw na in the paper. So since malala ang malaria sa kanilang lugar, sa mga lamok. So bilang isang engineer, Rizal made no like what I said, no, being a surveyor, as an inventor, made him proud to become an engineer one. Kasi yung sa ladrilya, sa sulpukan, sa pamamaraan ng pagpaparami ng produksyon, at pagkakaroon ng mas maganda pang mga uh, pagbe-business enterprise sa kanilang lugar sa dapitan, no, and funding them, no, doon sa kanilang cooperative. More so, we have the phylogist. No? Ano ba ang phylogist? It's another word for you na nating pwedeng ma-discover today. So, ang phylogist, kung titingnan natin, i-connect po natin sa linguist. Ano bang meron sa linguist at phylogist na pwede nating pagpasihan? Meron bang pwede magsagot o wala? Meron na nakapag-search? Parang wala pa. O sige. So since alam natin ang phylogist ay karuktong din ng linguist, alam niya ang mga literatura sa iba't ibang pamamaraan ng pagbabasa, and to feed the hunger of Rizal, since siya ay bibliophile din, ay nagkaroon ng mas magandang avenue ito o daan para sa kanya upang mas mapaunod ng kanyang kaisipan. So sa pagbabasa, natuto siya kung paano mag-translate, magkaroon ng iba't ibang alam sa lengguwahe, at matutunan niya kung paano ito gawin. No? Sa madaling salita, sa pagkakaroon, o dahil sa literatura, nagkaroon siya ng mas magandang iba't ibang pananaw at paggamit nito. So katulad nung pagta-translate niya ng William Shells na binigay niya sa kanyang mga pamangkin na isang kwento that make them proud, no, and happy to mga pamangkin niya in nice niya. So these are the good things that been do by Rizal as a talented in skills and who is Rizal and the achievements being. So, more so the achievements of Rizal as a philologist, yung orthografiya ng lengua de Filipino, isa sa mga bagay na ang mga ginawa niya. Katulad nun sa lakot, instead of letter C in Spaniards, should letter K. So, yung araw, instead of letter W, letter O ang ginawa, di ba? W ang pinili. So, these are the things na pwede natin makita in making it a philologist one in the literature being made by Rizal. As a businessman, I already done with this, no? So there is a trade and barter that being done during the as economist, farmer, engineer by business. So he earned money, and by from time to time it increases, no? So it makes him economist and a businessman for them to be able to fund many works for the patent. So he contribute a lot, no, and he do a lot when he stays in the patent. Next is geographer. As a geographer one, what he do is, alam niyo yung mga paggawa ng mapa. Katulad kasi siya ng cartographer. So katulad no, nagkaroon siya ng isang yung geography, yung ating mga bawat lokasyon. So until no, sa Zamboanga, nandun pa rin siya yung sa dapitan na lugar o syudad. Makikita niyo hanggang ngayon buhay pa at nasa parke po ito naka-display. So, next is the bibliophile. So, what I mentioned already no kanina is yung bibliophile sa series of books, nagkaroon siya ng time para magkaroon ng pagpapalawak ng kaisipan bilang isang linguist, isang philologist. But moreover sa bibliophile is, nagkaroon siya ng mas magandang idea dun sa novel niya kasi it started from the novel ng kanyang nabasa na Uncle Tom's Cabin. And after nun, so since na-inspired siya, nagkaroon siya ng isang magandang idea. So he brought the idea of fiction and non-fiction and expecting that he draw an experience of the Filipinos, the lives here in the Philippines. So by the Spaniards, no? Next is our grammarian, no? He served as a proofreader in a company wherein no, he earned a money for him to survive, and during that time experienced starvation kasi. Why? Because there's so many things and phenomena happen and disaster dun sa pamilya Rizalin Calamba. So, nagkaroon ng peste, hindi na nagkakaroon ng magandang ani, tumataas pa rin ang mataas sa singil ng pagbabayad ng buwis. So, maraming dahilan at di makapagpadala on time ng remittances itong Kuya Pasiano niya at yung kanilang samahan para para sa pagpapaunlad kay Rizal at maging isang instrumento no yung kanyang ginagawang nobela. So, it is being funded, pati yung pag-aaral niya, ng isang grupo. And as a folklorist, no, so alam natin mayaman tayo sa ating mga kwentong bayan. Ba't hindi lang doon? Si Rizal ay gumawa rin ng mga bugtong, saliwakain. So isa sa mga bagay na siguro masasabi natin no, na may magandang pinatunguhan hanggang ngayon dahil nagagamit natin siya. So, moving on, philosopher. As a philosopher, you will be noticing no, that philosopher is connected with hero. Why? Because there is a principle in life that you wanted to be and you wanted to do, and without any problem could be a barrier to such thing na gagawin natin, no? Or a negative, no? Or bias one para gawin isang bagay. So you have the principle and do things yung sa tama dapat na ginagawa, hindi yung mali. So becoming a hero is not good. Tatamaan mo lahat, mapakaibigan mo, kamag-anak mo, kakilala mo. Like what he did no in his principle in La Solidaridad. Iniwanan niya upang sa kasarinlan, akala niya para sa bayan, hindi pala, para pansarili lamang. Kaya iniwanan niya ang La Solidaridad at ibinigay sa mga kanyang kaibigan na lamang kasamahan mula doon sa La Solidaridad na pribadong pahayagan. Sunod, as a translator, it's connected with the grammarian no, and the linguist. So, alam natin na versatile tong si Rizal. So, that's why he learned a lot no, and he knows how to translate such things na meron tayo nababasa, nakikita, o mga iba't iba pa mga literatura, no? Especially. Inventor. So, nasabi na rin natin siya inventor because of yung sulpukan, yung ladrilya, yung pailaw, at pagiging surveyor na gamit niya as a hero. So, he contribute a lot again in the people. As a magician, in Valentin Vox books, no, he discovers a lot of this one, no? Yung mga ginagawa niya at yung mga cute niya sa mga babae niya, no? Like what he did in Gino Rivera. So, nakita natin doon, no? So, nagpapalabas siya ng mga bulaklak na naging isa sa mga sandating upang mas lalo siyang inibig ng mga ibang mga babae. And more so, no? No, ito yung mga bagay niya. And to add on lang, no? But this is not related to magician, but as a scientist one, anong meron. So, nakakatawa, no? Most of Rizal's discoveries, no, is in the Pitan. So, he discovered many species of shells and some of them are meron ding mga insects and animals, no, na nakita niya. Like yung mga frog, yung lizard, yung Draco Rizali, Rhacoporus rizali, tsaka yung beetle box na ating nakikita doon na insekto. Next is the humorist and satirist one. So, like what I mentioned in poet and dramatist and essays, something to do with so literature. Literature pa rin yung ating pinag-usapan dito at na-mention na po natin siya. Polemicist one. Ano bang polemicist one? So, alam natin, no, yung isang tao na pag polemicist ay magaling siya makipag-argument, no, yung mga bagay na ginagawa niya ay nabibigyang pansin at nagkakaroon ng mas malalim na pagkilala at pagkakaroon ng mas malalim na meaning. So on how he attack others. So that's why no in his writings and novels, the antagonist no they really felt no on how he write the scenario of the Filipinos that they experiences during the Spanish regime. So it really hurt for them not to read the idea and the topics that being written over here dito sa novels niya. So, it's really no a good no a following me si Rizal. So, nakakatuwa lang yung mga bagay niya. Kung mapapanood natin makikita sa movie ni Abaya, no. Next is sportsman. Well, actually Rizal brought here no yung pagkakaroon ng mapaglilibangan. Kasi ang mga pinaglilibangan ng mga Pilipino before is yung pagsusugal na dinala at binigay sa atin ng mga Espanyol like yung pagsasabong, na pambababae, pag-iinom, isa sa mga bagay na maling gawain na tinuturo nila na kung saan ay naging bisyo na rin ng mga Pilipino. Yan ang mga sa ayaw ni Rizal no, during his stays in Spain that they must be focused no, that you are here because you are something to do no. para ibangon ang bansa. But then again, it's not so happen, no? Tsaka hindi rin naging madali para i-convince yung mga other people na kasamahan niya. So, to back to the being a sportsman, so he teaches no when he's first coming in the Philippines. So, unang pagbabalik niya sa Pilipinas galing sa Espanya, ang ginawa niya nagtayo siya ng parang yung court natin ngayon na tinatawag, no? Before, meron siyang tinayo na isang maliit na sanayan. So, tinuruan niya ng fencing, tinuruan niya ng boxing, pampalakas, ng jogging, lahat, no? At kasama na yung paglalaro ng ajedrez, isa sa mga bagay na yun. Chess. So, we have as traveler, Rizal, as traveler, yes. Across world, talagang nakarating siya and his most uh, affectionated one travel is yung kanyang pagpunta sa bawat bansang meron siyang mga nakikilalang iba't ibang babae. But bukod doon, hindi rin naging masaya yung paglalakbay niya doon sa pagpunta sa iba't ibang lugar, like in Paris. Meron siyang mga mission, something to do with no with his work. So hindi lang laging travel ng travel, but it has no a lot no in exchange of that yung kanyang ginagawa. So katulad ng mga natapos niya yung anotasyon, isa sa mga bagay yun. Kung kaya isa sa mga nagpaganda rin sa kanya ng buhay niya ay yung paggala niya dahil na-exercise niya rin yung mind niya mag-relax no hindi lang puro work and work yung sa kanyang ginagawa. So next is a prophet no sabi nga natin kanina doon sa kwento nung sculptor na balang araw, magiging isang ano rin ako, tanyag at makikitatayuan niyo ako ng scholar. Di nga naglaon nangyari. Pero bukod doon, as a godparent ng mga pari, no, na kanyang mga naging ninong doon sa kanyang pagbibinyag, meron na rin nakita ang pagiging propeta tong si Rizal. So, yun yung mga bagay niya. Pero ang masigit doon sa nalalaan natin is para nakikita na rin ni Rizal na magiging bayani siya sa dulo ng kanyang buhay. Pero then again, it's not so happen because there's no such law that being declared Rizal as a hero. But he considers one of the great hero of all times. Next is a hero. Again, it's not easy to become a hero. You should have the principles in life. You are a philosopher. You should know how to understand better and well things around you. And you have your own things no na dapat kailangan maipakita sa kanila yung mga good things or behaviors na dapat makita namin. So becoming a hero. As a political martyr, itong si Rizal ay namatay na ay paglaban, hindi naman siya mayabang masasabi natin, pero ah napakatapang niya noong siya umuwi nung kanyang unang pagbabalik sa Pilipinas nang unang sa publiko ang kanyang No Little Philly. Kasi hinatulan ito ng mga priling pari na ito ay subversibong kumakalaban, nagpapapangat ng imahe ng Espanya, lumalaban sa ating Katolisismo, at higit sa lahat ay mali ang itinuturo. So, ang punto lang kasi doon ng pagiging political martyr ni Rizal is ipakita ang tunay na kalagayan ng bansa. But then again, no, dahil sa pinaka malakas ang loob at yung political martyr niya, sa dulo, ikinamatay niya rin. Kasi nga wala naging magandang impression din sa kanya yung mga Espanyol. Puro sa tingin nila negative. So moving on to the next topic, we have the great thinker. What do we have as a great thinker itong si Rizal? He uses reasoning and understanding and portraying this one in making his books, no, the great two books, the Noli and Fili. And the use of these two books na is to arouse the feelings of his countrymen and making them to awaken from the deeps number yung kanyang pagkakalugmok, pagkakaalipin, no, for 133 years na meron tayo. So for 133 years, meron tayong mga bagay na hindi natin na alam na ang tagal na pala na hindi hanggang ngayon bakit ganun ang ating buhay. So, to make better, no, gumawa itong si Rizal ng dalawang nobela. Tapang nga. So, these two novels is the keys, no, to make them, no, for the peoples, or the Filipino peoples, no, mabuhay yung kanilang diwa, no, sa isip, sa salita, at sa gawa, at lumaban sa mga Espanyol. And next is the great doer. Si Rizal hindi lang sa salita, meron siya sa sulat, no, kundi sa gawa rin. So, kaya nga ginawa niya yung pagiging highly excellent, no, sa kanyang mga ginagawang bawat bagay, in making those things excel in different fields. And to become a good one, no, to itong si Rizal, example din diyan, yung kanyang kabataan, nung kanyang elementarya, laging pinagloloko kasi siya nung kanyang mga kaibigan sa binyan. So, parang nagalit siya, tinutokso siya, sulampa, payatot. So, akala na walang ibubuga si Rizal. So, ginawa ni Rizal, makipagpunuto doon sa mga kaibigan niya. So, what he do also in UST, ganun din, yung sa kompanyerismo ng issue, nagkaroon ng grupo ang mga estudyanteng Espanyol at mga Pilipino, nagkaroon din sila ng battle, no? Then later on, they prove no how great no Rizal is. So, ang daming nangyari sa kasaysayan niya. But more so, no, in his life, nung kanya lumaki na siya, so he become popular and known for several reasons. And mga Spain na bansa, England, France, Germany, Austria, one of his good no country na pinuntahan niya na meron siyang mga major contribution that make him be proud and to admire to. So, tulad ng mga nangyari. Balikan natin no, yung sa Great Doer, yung mga pinag-aralan niya. So, yung po yun. As a great lover, he had four loves. The first one is the God Almighty. So it is because siguro of the teaching of the doctrine of the Catholicism. That's why. So in his childhood days, tinuturuan siya ng nanay niya how to pray and of course the practice of being a Catholic. No? And more so, his mother is very passionate, no, and teaches no of the life of Jesus. But as opponent, no, or opposite of this one, that the practice of the Spanish friars is not the same with the doctrinities no itself. So that is why medyo problematic tayo doon, no? Next is the second love niya is his family and friends. He knows that yung mga sacrifices of his family. But then again, no, he made this one his decision to go in Spain and to fight and to vote, no, rather, to the Spaniards regime. It is because they wanted to free from slavery our country. No? And ayaw niya na hargabyad ang pamilya niya. Pero yun na nga, laging pinag-iinitan ng mga Espanyol. It is because of his works and writings and at the same time, he is a part of the family of Rizal. That is why. The next is a friend. Yung friends niya, ayaw niya rin niya na argabyado. So, to make them compensated, so pinaglalaban niya like what happened to Nelly Bausted, no? So, parang yung dignidad ay natapakan, nagkaroon ng masasamang salita na ibinigay sa kanya. So, nagkaroon ng ng pagtatanggol tong si Rizal. Hinamon niya ng isang duelo ang isa sa mga kaibigan niya mula doon sa Espanya. No, to add on lang doon to his family, no, yung love for his family, like what happened to his mother. So, ang nanay niya si Doña Teodora, alam naman natin nakulong wala nung kanyang kabataan at hinihingi niya ng katarungan upang magkaroon ng laya. So, palagi niyang pinagdadasal, no? And ay niya na aargabyado ang kanyang bawat pamilya or membro ng pamilya. The third one is the love for his country. So, political martyr as a hero and as a philosopher, it is very noticed no na siya sa mga bagay na yun na makikita natin at lately no ay namatay din naman siya because of the love for his country. So pagiging nationalism, patriotism, and love for the country na meron tayo ngayon. Anyways, no, hindi na natin yung kaya pang ibalik yung buhay niya na i-sacrifice na. So next is a great servant leader. What is a great servant leader? Actually, Rizal doesn't have any position in the government, but still he do something. No, he can create something. No, he is lacking for financial resources, materials, etc. But for him to help and to fight and vote for the Spaniards, no, is being a good example for us. Without any opposition, without anything, no, that you are having to, you're possessing to and any power, but he creates something or he do something for us. So it could be one of the reasons siguro yung pagiging hero niya, yung philosophy niya, at sa political martyr niya, sa mga behind no the reason bakit siya naging great servant leader of all times. That will